Hey folks, what have I got today? Well, I better turn this on. I have a 1997 Timex expedition. To the bottom left is the temperature, which is in Fahrenheit, which says 84, which I haven't had time to go through yet. However, I have set the time and the date with a new battery. I actually curbside scrounged this a couple of weeks ago at Doonside, New South Wales. Just sitting in a drawer they took out of a chest of drawers, I'm assuming, or a shed or something. It was just sitting on top with some rusty old tools. Obviously, if any of the tools weren't too badly damaged, I picked them up as well. I got the battery today, and the battery for this is CR2430, bought on eBay for about $7, free postage. As I said, I got that in the mail today. I was watching a video, a simple video on how to do it, what the buttons meant. Basically, that's the channel on YouTube to look up with this particular model. This one actually has a metal face rather than a plastic face. It is quite big compared to my thumb. Nice little watch, works perfectly, stainless steel back, 50-meter, water resistant, everything intact. Just needed a new battery. The last time it had a new battery was 2010, as it said. So yeah, it's 27 years old, so I think it's done pretty well. A couple of marks on the glass, which I'm assuming is crystal. 4 overall buttons plus the middle one here, which I have not used yet. But yeah, it has the weather, temperature, GPS. Well, it has a compass, is what it's got. They call it Expedition, but I don't think it has a GPS. I couldn't find anything saying it had a GPS, but it has a compass. Digital compass, all original. I may or may not put that on eBay. We'll see. So yeah, that was a good score, and all it needed was a new battery. That was pretty much of a waste. So yeah, I mean, I can't complain. It costs only $7 for the new battery, and so yeah, I'll wear it a few times and see how it goes. See if it has any issues with it. I don't see any water damage inside when I replace the battery, which means that this will last probably as long as the battery does again, which are supposed to last for 10 years, but you should never trust a lithium battery for 10 years. And the last battery that was in here had a date on it, piece of paper. Looks like someone had marked it 2010 or 2015. I think it was 2015 because they scribbled out the 0 and put a 5. So it was 9 years ago since this had a battery, and it still works perfectly, as you can see. Alright, I'll put this video up eventually up on YouTube so people can have a look at information on this. I mean, it's quite a big watch, and I like chunky things like jewelry, watches, things like that. So yeah, what people throw out. And folks should understand that when I curbside scrounge, I never leave a mess behind. Never. If I'm going through stuff, I never leave a mess. I always make it neater than how I left it, even if it was messy when I got there in the first place, depending on how messy it is. If someone If opportunists have come through and just picked through it and not tied up after themselves, it depends how bad it is. If it's not too bad, I'll clean it up and make it presentable so the garbos can put it in on the part, because you're supposed to put council cleanup rubbish or whatever you want to call it between the gutter and the footpath, which is called the boulevard. That's where it needs to be, neat and tidy, so they can come back, put it in the truck, crush it, and put it in a landfill. None of this gets recycled. You must understand that. Anything someone throws out in Aussie or New South Wales, it does not get recycled. It gets crushed and put in a landfill. That's what happens to it, nothing else. So when I get it, I've actually saved it from being crushed and being put in a landfill, whether it's scrap or something of potential value. As far as I know regarding the laws, as far as I know, with an example in Victoria a few years back, an elderly gentleman was accused of larceny, of finding an abandoned vacuum cleaner in the back of someone's driveway, and was accused by the police of stealing it. He took them to court. It was proven that it was legally abandoned, so therefore it wasn't theft. And then they made it even more specific, saying that it's not legally anybody's until it's in the back of the truck of the garbos themselves, or the council truck itself. As far as I know, this hasn't been challenged for 10 years. So as far as I can tell, this is an example in Victoria. I think this happened. But if anyone asks me, I will state that I will sign a statutory declaration of anything I find that there's no larceny involved on my behalf. It was scrounged on the curbside council rubbish and so forth. So yeah, it was a good score because it works. Because I don't know if it's going to work or not when I get it. Okay, thank you.